out me. Studying's for suckers anyway.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Hey, man, Mike's studying. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah, well, you get back in there and finish, man. Well, see, in this house, people study when they're supposed to.
Good thing I'm not a member of this house.
Oh, you are this weekend.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you heard of the extended family? Well, this weekend you part of one, which gives me the right to extend this belt to your behind if I feel like it.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Oh, you would, huh? Well, anything to oblige your guests, mister.
Hey, man, you gotta be kidding.
Come on in here.
Oh, you must be crazy. I don't believe this.
I'm gonna make a believer out of you.
James!
Huh?
Hey,
No, you know the boy got it. Come on, get your behind.
I hope your father doesn't go overboard.
Mama, you think Daddy really gonna give Eddie a spanking?
Is a bean green?
Can James Brown get down?
Is your head dead?
Hey y'all, before you start the video, before I started editing, I was getting some more stuff and some more information about what I was talking about John Amos passing away. Y'all, I got some more information. that I think y'all would like to know, that I forgot to put in, that I just saw. Oh my goodness, y'all. And this is the information. This is related to John Amos. This is related to the son, KC. And this is related to the daughter, Shannon Amos. Now, the daughter, which in my opinion, I believe she is right after what I saw and the comments that I saw. And here it goes. It says, John Amos was reportedly cremated 9 days after his death. Yes, he was cremated 9 days after his death. Number one, that seemed kind of suspicious to me. And number two, I had no idea about that. And number three, I just found out that if you get cremated, and especially so quick, it could be that it's something on that person's body, or it's something about that person that they don't want you or anybody else to see. So something has got to be, something had to happen. The reason that he was cremated 9 days after his death, John Amos' death. And it is said that KC Amos was reportedly back as his daddy's caretaker. And it is said this as well. It is said that KC Amos, he was allegedly on substances, drugs, and that he had a bad drug problem. And it is said, allegedly, that he blew his daddy's fortune on drugs and any other stuff that was out there. And I got some comments. Here on that I got from Instagram. And somebody said this: she was right, and his son was removed from his care for some time. I just don't understand how he was allowed to care for his dad again. The son has a huge drug problem and blew through his father's fortune. And some people said exactly. Somebody said that's exactly what it is looking like. And probably she was considering what happened. And somebody said this, and I remember when they had made a report about that a couple of years back, but then they never said anything about it ever again. And it's just so much. Just so much. And then this the comment right here. The comment says this. Criminalization is done sometimes when people want to hide a crime / evidence of a homicide from the body. And the comment said, right, my thoughts exactly, and can't do further investigation if the body is ash. So what does that tell you? For a person to want a person cremated that had passed away 9 days later, something is not right. It's either something is hidden, something had to happen, or better yet, it could be some bruises or something that might be on Mr. John Amos' body. I ain't trying to start nothing. I ain't trying to be messy, but think about it. I just found this out. This man was cremated 9 days after he passed away on August the 21st. Something ain't right. And for them to let KC Amos back on his daddy's caretaker thing basically tells me that him and his sister was at odds against each other. His sister called the authorities, called the police on Casey Amos because he had threatened her. He had threatened to harm her, and that's why she called the police on her brother, Casey Amos. And I got the mug shot to prove it. This is the mug shot, and this is the article of the topic and statement of the article. Yeah. So what I told y'all is basically, alleged, and it's got some truth to it. So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to put that in there for y'all before I finish editing this video. Now, after this, y'all can go ahead and watch the video, and I hope y'all enjoy the video because this is a sad situation. Like I said, John Amos, he did not deserve to go out like this. He did not deserve this pain. He did not deserve to, go through what he went through. And this is the thing that makes me most sad. I don't care what kind of problems that John Amos and his daughter had. I don't care what problems that Casey Amos and Shannon has, the brother and sister. At the end of the day, Shannon Amos, his daughter, is his daddy's daughter. That's her daddy as well. That's her daddy just as much as KC's daddy. And KC, in my opinion, I feel like he tried to take the daddy away from his sister to keep her from finding out what he was doing to the daddy. I believe, to my opinion, KC allegedly took his daddy's money that he had made on Good Times, Coming to America, Roots, and everything that he all played in. I believe when he became his daddy's caretaker and caregiver, and when his daddy got when his daddy got to where he couldn't do for himself, and when he couldn't hardly move around and stuff, like he wanted to, I believe, to my advantage, and I believe, to my opinion, that Casey Amos took advantage, and he had a really bad problem with substances, took it, blew it, all his daddy's money, and just didn't care. And for him to threaten his sister, which I showed y'all and told y'all about on a couple of videos, basically, could Casey Amos had something to do with the elderly abuse of his daddy? Could he had anything to do with the elderly abuse of his and Shannon Amos' daddy? And could Casey Amos, I'm not blaming nobody, and could he have been the reason that John Amos had went through what he went through? I'm just saying, because something is not right. So I wanted to give y'all this information, y'all. Like I said, rest in peace, John Amos. You was one of the greatest actors, and you was a legendary. James Evans off of Good Times. Much love to you, and I hope that the family finds peace and justice and all the right answers of this whole situation. Thank y'all for watching. I really want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
no doubt, baby. No diggity, no doubt, no diggity, no doubt, baby. No diggity, no doubt, we in the house. Yeah, we in the house. No diggity, no doubt, baby.
Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 308. I'm back with another YouTube podcast video today. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, productive, positivity day. And happy Vlogtober. And this is day 2 for everybody, but I'm gonna go, it's day 2, but I know I'm late with starting with Vlogtober, so please forgive me. I'm gonna do my best to try to post a video every day that I can. Some videos you may see my face and some videos you may not, and mostly the videos you might not see my face unless I do a short or decide to do one. But happy Vlogtober. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I am. And this video today is going to be a tribute / it's going to be a heartbreaking video for me to do today. And I might finna go ahead and get on to the point. I'm finna go ahead and get on to the point, but first let me mute my phone because I don't want nothing interrupting me. If you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. And if you like this type of videos, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you will get notified when I have a new video, new content that's available. Also, I would like to give a special shout out to From the Sip. Please follow him on his Instagram page, on Instagram. I'm going to put the page up right here. This is the page, From the Sip. Please give him a follow. From the Sip provides you with the up-to-date news in the entertainment world, in the news world, and everything. So if you would like to do something for me, give my best friend, one of my best friends, a follow From the Sip, because he has been doing so wonderful. And he is, he's one of the best. He's an upcoming YouTuber, a podcaster. Like, he's already a podcaster and a YouTuber, but he has a lot going on. Like, he has to do things outside of YouTube and podcasts, but whenever he gets time, he always brings you the up-to-date news and everything what's going on. Please give him a follow on Instagram, and please give him a follow on YouTube. I'm going to put his YouTube up here as well, so you can give him a follow. Please do that. And I'm going to make sure I will let y'all know, and I will put it up here again to give him a follow on Instagram. This is Instagram. And give him a follow on YouTube, From the Sip. So please do that. So thank y'all so much for the love and the support. So let's go ahead and get into this. It is with heavy hearts that, this is me talking, DeAndre Dobbs. It is with heavy hearts that I announce. I did not find this out till yesterday. Actually, From the Sip shared it with me and told me about it, and I was shocked. It is with heavy hearts that I announce that James Evans, singer / John Amos, passed away on August the 21st at the age of 84. And what gets me is that we all found out about this yesterday on October the 1st. I was like, first thing that went to my mind and the first thing I asked, why did they wait so late? Why did they wait a month later or over a month later to announce that John Amos has passed away? Well, I said, and some people said in the comments, and some people said in statements, that the reason that they probably just sharing this now is because the family probably wanted to be in private. Like, they want everybody to respect their privacy. They do not want to be dealing with the media and everything. And if that's the case, I understand that. And I can respect that. But at the same time, it's like, I understand that that John Amos was their family members. That was their family. But John Amos also had fans and peoples that were big fan of his, that looked up to him and everything. John Amos, he was one of my favorites, especially on Good Times. Now, I know he played in Coming to America. I know he played in Roots. Roots is one of them movies where I just cannot, forgive me, y'all, I ain't trying to be talk crazy or nothing, but Roots is one of them movies where I just can't, I just can't watch. Now, I'll watch Roots and I'll watch movies like that, but stuff like that, it kind of just triggers me, and it just triggers and brings back so many triggering moments of history that, us as Black Americans and our ancestors had to go through. But I will say this. John Amos, he has joined Cicely Tyson, Louis Gossett Jr., James Earl Jones, and so many more in heaven gates of Hollywood that all played in Roots. Because all those that I named were legends. John Amos, he was known for Roots. He was known for Good Times. He was known for Coming to America. He was known for a lot of stuff. He was known for Mod. He played in Mod. And he played in a bunch of other things. Yes. Now, his films consist of Coming to America, 1988, Die Hard 2, 1990, Lock Up, 1989, Coming to America 2, 2021, The Bear Master, 1982, Me Time, 2022, and Let's Do It Again, 1975, The Players Club, 1998. Let's see. Medea's Witness Protection, which that movie sucked, 2012. And he played in My Baby Daddy and Block Party and many other things. So when you kind of think about it, oh, he also played in Andy and Amos. I think that's what it was. Andy and Amos. Let's see. Andy and Amos. I think that's what it would call. Amos and Andy. Yep, that's the name of it. Amos and Andy, that's the name of it. I think that's what it was. No. I got it wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. That's somebody else. My bad. But yeah, he has played in a bunch of other things. And I know a bunch of people will remember John Amos from Coming to America and Roots and stuff like that. I will always remember John Amos from Good Times when he played James Evans Sr. And to me, John Amos, he really delivered in that role. He really gave it his all in that role. And he really basically made a mark for himself and made a mark for a bunch of, Black Americans when it comes to Black parenting and having a Black father of what it was like back in the day. His daughter, I'm going to come back to James Evans on Good Times. John Amos' daughter, Shannon, she had something to share. John Amos' daughter, Shannon, says that she learned of her dad's heartbreaking death through the media, left with many questions. Okay, yeah. That is something that went through my mind as well. Because I feel like if she is the daughter, that's his daughter, and she just now knowing about it, that means the family was not reaching out to her. The family was not reaching out to her. The family was not telling her anything. I don't know, was the family into it with her or not? I really don't know. Did they have a falling out or something like that? I'm not for sure. I ain't going to tell y'all no story or no lie. But I will say this. If y'all follow me for a very long time, and if you would go to my channel, I did a video of John Amos last year when the topic and headline of the media came out saying that John Amos was facing and being elderly abused. He was elderly and he was being abused by his son or daughter. His daughter is the one that put out that claim back in May and June of 2023. I did a video on that last year when that happened, when that first started happening. So the daughter, Shannon, she investigated in that. She looked into that. She basically came out and said allegedly that her daddy, John Amos, was being elderly abused by her brother, by his son, Casey Amos, which is the son of John Amos and which is the brother of Shannon Amos. And that's the thing that got me, like, wow. I said to myself, I hope that it isn't true. But what really got me and what really raised eyebrows was this next thing, what I'm going to say. I'm reviewing. What got me was this next thing, what I'm going to say. The next thing I knew, Casey Amos, the son of John Amos, and the brother of Shannon Amos, he was arrested. Casey Amos was arrested because allegedly his sister had him arrested saying that he was trying to jump on her and attacking her and everything, all because of it has something to do about John Amos' estate or his money or being over his care over John Amos' money and his everything that John Amos has, like his business, like his money, his information and stuff. Basically it was because they got into it over being the caretaker or overseer of John Amos. And I guess KC, if I could remember correctly, I guess KC didn't like it or he got mad or something. I don't know. Shannon Amos, the daughter, she had Casey Amos arrested for domestic abuse or something like that, saying he was trying to attack her, and maybe allegedly that he could have possibly been attacking John Amos, his daddy, elderly abusing him. Now, I will say this though, it was a video out here. It was a video out here a year ago when John Amos was talking in the microphone, and Casey Amos was behind him or side of him, smiling and everything, and it looked like in his eyes that John Amos was scared. You know what I'm saying? Like he was scared. Like he was scared to talk. Like he was told to say that, because it seemed like he was looking up at something. He was like saying he was like looking up at something. If I can find the video, I will be sure to. If I can't find the video, I will find a picture so y'all can see. Because it did seem like he was talking into the microphone, or he was talking into the microphone, talking and looking at a prompter or something like that. I'm really not sure, but it did seem like he was afraid. I don't know, was he forced to say this or forced to do it? I really don't know. I don't want to tell y'all no stories, but I did do a video on John Amos when it was alleged that he was being elderly abused. So go through my channel if you want to see that video. If you need to go back and watch that video, be sure to do that. I will be sure to put the picture up here to tell you what the video looks like, because that's what it has, and that's, you know, that's what was said. I'm really not sure. I don't want to tell y'all no story. But my thing is, a lot of people saying that the story is not adding up. The statement is not adding up that Shannon Amos found out about her daddy's passing on October the 1st, which was yesterday. Now listen, this man, John Amos, he has been deceased. He has been deceased. He has been dead since August the 21st. And we just now hearing about it. Soon after I find out that he had passed away, me, myself, you know what I do? Okay, let me ask y'all something. What do we listen to my black peoples, to my black peoples, to my black brothers and sisters? What do we all do when we find out somebody has died, or trying to find a song on YouTube and we just sang a couple of the lyrics and stuff? What do we do, peoples? What do we do when we hear somebody has passed away in the celebrity world? What do we do? We go to Google, we get on the internet, we find out to see if it's true or not. So that's what I did. As soon as I found out and seen that John Amos' daddy had John Amos 1939 to 2024. And I looked up John Amos. It said this man been dead since August the 21st of 2024. I said, what? And it's October the 1st and we just now finding out? I said, first of all, why so late? I understand that they wanted to be probably private and they didn't want to tell everybody anything, but at the same time, I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm not trying to be rude or whatever you may call it. But I feel like he had fans that, you know, that really loved him as well, that really wanted to grieve for him, that really wanted to grieve as well. Because a lot of people might not know James Evans, the character that John Amos played, John Amos, the character he played, that really helped a lot of kids probably back in them times that did not have a father around. And watching James Evans on Good Times, possibly really help the kids, the girls and the boys, the men's and the women's that did not have a father growing up in real life. The fathers that probably left them, the fathers that probably was not ready to be fathers, daddies, this and that, the third, which is understandable because, actually, I don't understand it, really. I don't understand it. I really don't, because you have some fathers out here that is willing and that is wanting to be fathers to their kids. They really want to be there for their kids, but they can't be for certain reasons. Number one, they probably have this, I'm not excusing no absent father, and I'm not excusing no deadbeat father. I'm not excusing no father that does not want to be a father, but it could be possibly reasons why there's some men out here that don't want to be daddies. Like they're easy to get the woman pregnant, easy to get the girl pregnant, but at the same time, when you think about it, the woman has some in it too. The woman is the share for the responsibility as well, because hey, you knew this man wasn't worth a quarter, wasn't worth a dime, was worth a nickel, was worth $1, and you still laid up with him. You opened your legs for him. You gave him your goods. So what happens when you give a man your goods and you a woman? What happens when you give your man your goods? What happens when you give him your goods? If you're not using protection, what happens? You get pregnant. You tell the dude that you slept with or that you had sex with that you pregnant and y'all are expecting a baby, and then he'll probably be like, that ain't my baby. I ain't gonna take care of it. Get rid of it. I don't want nothing to do with that. Okay, and then guess what? What happens? You talk about the baby daddy. You talk about the man, the dude that you slept with. You talking about he ain't nothing, he ain't shit, he ain't this, he ain't that, F him. I don't give a damn about him. Okay, you talking bad about this person. But you knew he wasn't worth nothing, and you knew he wasn't worth a damn. When you opened your legs for him, when you slept with him, you knew he wasn't worth nothing. Then y'all get back into it. Then y'all are back doing the same thing over and over again. But he's not being a father to your child. And you know this. So don't come to people's complaining saying, my baby daddy don't do this, my baby daddy don't do that. Well, if you knew he wasn't going to do it, then why did you sleep with him? That's the question. And that's why I say James Evans, John Amos, he was basically a father to every parent, every girl or boy or woman or man that not have no father in their life, they did not have no dad in their life, that was not in their life. Because James Evans, John Amos, he was that character. He was the daddy. He dropped out of school in the 6th grade education. Got grown, married Florida, raised 3 kids, Thelma, JJ, and Michael. James had that daddy attitude and persona like, oh, you going to school, you going to get your education. If you act up, I'm going to whoop your butt. I'm going to whoop your butt. And that's what James did. He took off that belt. Once James took off that belt, you already knew. But see, one thing about it, James stood on business. James Evans, John Amos on Good Times, he stood on business. The reason I said he stood on business, let me tell you something. James stood on business because, hey, James did not give up trying to provide for his family. Y'all remember I did a video on Good Times too? I did a video on Good Times. And on that video on Good Times, I explained a lot of that as well. But in this video, this tribute to John Amos, James Evans Sr. stood on business. He always was trying to look for a hustle for his family to get out the ghetto. It didn't matter if he had to work at a warehouse or anywhere. It does not matter if he had 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. James was going to make a way. And then every time James would try to make a way, saying he was tired of being in the ghetto, this and that, the third, I don't blame James one bit, because I would have done the same. James was all about protecting his family. James was all about trying to provide for his family, because you know what? As a man that is married, as a man that has 3 kids, as a man that is ahead of the household, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to provide for your family. So to me, that's what James did. James had that persona like, you gonna go to school, you ain't gonna be disrespectful, you ain't gonna talk back, because if you don't go to school, you're gonna be disrespectful. I'll tell you one thing, I'll take my belt off and I'm gonna whoop you. That's James Evans' persona. That was James Evans, John Amos' persona, character. And who made me mad? Who made me mad throughout the show? Florida freaking Evans. She made me so damn mad. Listen. James would tell Florida that he wants to do this and do that, that he wants to provide for his family. And then you got Florida. Oh, James, that's not how we do it. James, that ain't the good way. That ain't the godly way. That's that bad money. You got to do it the right way. The Lord don't like ugly. James, please don't do this. It has to be another way. Oh, Florida, please, hush. I was so good. Listen, James had an attitude on him, but let me tell you why. James had an attitude on him because think about it. James had an attitude for a reason. He got 3 kids. He's working 2 to 3 jobs. He got to deal with Florida, who he supposedly loved, who always nagging, even though it's always a way to try to get out the ghetto. Every episode, you got him trying to deal with Florida and her ways wanting to stay in the same situation. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't want to change. A lot of people ain't ready for change. A lot of people they get comfortable in being in that type of situations. But at one point, sooner or later, honey, I would want a change. I would want a change. I'm just being honest. I would want to change. I understand why James was mad. James, the reason he was so strict on his kids and why he was acting the way he acting like he want what's best for his kids. Because number one, he dropped out of school in the 6th grade with a 6th grade education. Number 2, James' daddy was not there for him. Number 3, he did not want to be the absentee father. He wanted to be there for his kids the way his daddy was not there for him. And it's a bunch of people that can relate to where I'm coming from. Some of y'all can relate to where I'm coming from, and some of y'all can't, and if y'all can't, that's totally fine. But it's a bunch of people can relate to where I'm coming from, because this happens in real life. This happens in real life. You have parents, you have daddies that is not there for you when you was little. But when you have kids, you want to make it to your best and the ability to be there for your kids all the time. You want to make memories with your kids. You want to be there for your kids on the first day of school. You want to be there for your kids' birthday every year. You want to be there for your kids when they graduate from high school. You want to be there for every moment that you have with that child, because you don't know when it will be the last moment that you will have with your child, or that your child will have with you. So I can understand what James was coming from and his actions. But then you got Florida that's always trying to nag and nag and nag and nag and nag. I understand she didn't want nothing to happen. She didn't want nothing to happen. She didn't want nothing to happen to her family, nothing like that. She didn't want nothing like that. But I will say this, Florida did grow a little backbone later on in the seasons. Which leads me to this. James Evans, John Amos, left Good Times in 1976 at the beginning or at the end of season 3. Now, I think I told y'all this in the other video. John Amos and Esther Rowe, who played Florida, they both left the series because of one character that was getting all the attention. They did not like that this character was getting all the attention. They did not like that the character was getting everything gone his way. They did not like that this character could get all the attention, can go out and party, go out and be loose, get his lines, get his script. And when they held a table read, this character did not have to read because, hey, he said he knew his. Y'all know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Jimmy Walker. Apparently, Esther Rowe and John Amos, they did not get along with Jimmy Walker. They did not like how they had Jimmy Walker, a.k.a. JJ, was the star, and he'll get all the special treatment, this and that. They did not like how he basically just took over and how he did things and stuff like that. And it was like unprofessional. And it is said that they wouldn't even say one or two words to Jimmy Walker because they didn't like it. Because number one, John Amos was a few years younger than Esther Rowe. Number two, they are both older than Jimmy Walker. Of course they didn't like that because, hey, they basically saying you're gonna let this young star try to get all the attention and we part of the show too. And Esther Rowe left it. Because, you know, now that John Amos left the show in 1976 at the end of season 3, she left the show. She left the show at the end of season 3. She got married to Carl, who played by Moses Gunn, or Gunn Moses, one of the two. Yeah. She left it because she asked if it couldn't be no father for the children and just a single mother, she wasn't gonna do it. So she left, if I'm correct. But yeah, John Amos, and y'all remember that scene when they found out James was dead in Florida, Esther Rowe was like, damn. Y'all remember that? She was like, damn. Y'all remember that? Yeah. So, yeah, John Amos, he will always be remembered as one of the greatest fathers of Good Times, one of the most actors of the generations all times. He belongs in the category with James Earl Jones, Cicely Tyson, Louis Gossett Jr., Cindy Poitier, Harry Belafonte, and many more. And I think it's a sad situation that we all as peoples that was fans of John Amos, we had to find out about his death on the media. Just like his daughter. His daughter said allegedly that she had to find out along with everybody else through social media that her father has passed. Which leads me to the question that I forgot to ask. Could it be something that they have against Shannon? Or something that she knows? And that's why they don't want to confront her, or maybe they don't want to talk to her, let her know about her daddy. Because I don't care how many problems. Listen, the thing is, I don't care how many problems I have or will I had. Well, I ain't never had no problems with my siblings, because me and my siblings, we are A-OK. We are wonderful. We talk. We ain't never had no disagreement. And even though we not close, we talk, we communicate. But we ain't never had no situation like Shannon, Amos, and KC. I believe, because I was asked a question by somebody, by a friend of mine. And the question was they into it with each other? I was like, it was said allegedly, and I did a video about it, that John Amos' daughter and son, that they had got into it, and I believe it was over being the care over John Amos and his money, and who was going to be his oversee, who was going to take care of his medical bills and everything, who was going to be his medical caregiver and all this and that. But basically, the thing is, I followed John Amos, and the only way I could follow John Amos was through KC Amos, his son, because the son would basically keep you up to date with stuff about John Amos, his dad, like taking him out to eat and taking him on vacation, this and that, the third. And it seemed like he was up to it, but it seems like John Amos, his health has really declined. Like he was doing the best that he could, and he was in a wheelchair and everything. So yeah, it's kind of like, wow. Like I said, it is said that KC Amos, which I did a video on, he was arrested in June of 2023 for domestic violence toward his sister or his daddy, John Amos. It was one of the two, and he was accused of being the elderly abuser, which I'm not really sure, which something in my mind still telling me that something still is not adding up. I really don't know, but that is what was said. But I will always remember John Amos as James Evans Sr., as one of the greatest fathers of all time, of good times. He was everybody's father. And he has played in legendary stuff again. Coming to America 2, Roots, all that, and many, many more. Good times. But it has been some celebrities that have reacted to his death. His TV daughter, who played Thelma on Good Times, one second, y'all. Burnett Staines, who played as Thelma Evans on Good Times, she did a Instagram post on Instagram expressing her love and her thoughts on the passing of John Amos, who played as his TV daughter. And she gave a tribute. So I hope I did good on this video, y'all. I just don't understand, I knew something was not right about John Amos. Like it seemed like something was bothering him. Something seemed like wasn't right. He seemed like he wasn't in the best spirits, but his son, from what I've seen, kept him up in spirits. And oh yeah, if y'all would like, I will put KC's Instagram up here. This is his Instagram, KC Amos, John Amos' son. And you can tell that that's his son because they look just alike. But except the thing is, KC Amos, he a little lighter. So yeah, he a little light skinned. So yeah, that's his post and that's his Instagram. He has all the pictures and videos about him and his late father, John Amos, who played on Good Times. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. I ain't trying to be funny, but it was a picture resurfacing on Good Times. It was a picture surfacing on social media, like on Good Times. Somebody said on Good Times, my childhood has been a lie. And this is the picture they're talking about. They're talking about this picture right here. They're talking about the picture of John Amos with his interracial marriage with his wife and his child, which might be KC or either Shannon. And they said, my childhood has been a lie. Basically, they saying he married a black woman on Good Times, but in reality, he was married to a white woman back in the time when he was doing Good Times. So I think that's what they was talking about. I don't know, but yeah. So that would be my video for today, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope y'all enjoy. And also, again, please follow From the Sip. I'm gonna put his page up here one more time. This is his page one more time, From the Sip, his Instagram page. And follow him on YouTube. This is YouTube, so you can follow his YouTube. If y'all would like to do that for me, please do that for me. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope I included everything that there is to include in this video. Like I said, happy Vlogtober, and I hope to see y'all again tomorrow. Or I'm going to do my best to post all that I can. Thank y'all for watching. And I will be back with another video. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye. And happy Wednesday.